Part two, 777 credit score. Yes, that's right. 20K and available credit. I apologize. It said it was reconnecting and it just stopped. And I have made sure that we're on a good, very solid internet connection here. So I was answering a few questions and didn't go through completely. Okay. Some individuals were asking some questions. They can feel free to put them here. I got my email address here again. Apologize, technical difficulties. That hasn't happened in a very long time. And I'll double check it. Jerome, I'm slacking. Jerome put me on the wrong network. So one of the questions that was asked that was towards the end of that was, hey, I have smaller limits. Can I just close the smaller limit cards? You probably want to make sure to keep those open. Another individual asked, hey, well, I've got an annual fee. We can't give you any financial advice if you can keep that open. We recommend that, but that's up to you, right? If your annual fee, but if you can keep it open, it's going to be better. The best thing that you can do, okay? The best thing that you can do is you can leave credit open for a long, long time, okay? The highest FICO achievers have old credit scores, a lot of available credit, low credit utilization. Everything's positive and on time history. Everything's good. Okay. Another individual is asking, hey, can I send letters at the same time as your company sends them out, or can I have another company and two companies doing the letters at the same time? You only want to have one set of letters going out every month, because if you start doubling up on the disputes that are similar, right? Disputing the same account over and over in the same window, what they'll do, that same 30-day window, is what they'll do is they'll just say, oh, well, this is frivolous, or we're not going to respond, or we're not going to do an independent investigation, or we're not going to do this because you mess up. They're waiting on their side, hoping that they can get over on individuals. And so you don't want that to happen. Okay. So make sure that if you're sending the letters, you send them, or we can do them for you. One or the other. It's super important. Okay. Make sure that it's solid. And we've got a few people coming back in. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties. Wanted to make sure to not just leave it without a proper ending there. It just cut off. And so I want to make sure we're here again. Flowers of love. Hello. How are you? Hey, Jerome got it working. Stop slacking, Jerome. Hold that camera. Get tight. Get it. There we go. Excellent. GG. Mr. GG, zero money down real estate structures. Excellent. So this is interesting. This individual here right now on the chat. All right. So I want to dispute your unverified student loans. You can dispute those with the 609 dispute letters to the bureaus as well. We also have some secret special stuff in there, beyond committed package for that as well, which I believe you have. Oh, look at that. Flowers of love. I appreciate what you do. I was able to get the PPP loan for my business. Excellent. Very good. Flowers of love. Good to hear. I don't know if there is or was a specific credit score, credit limit for those loans, but I've heard that some individuals, sometimes if their credit wasn't solid, couldn't get the SBA style loans, or maybe even PPP, not sure. But flowers of love, good to hear that you were able to get it and it was helpful, and that hopefully we helped you with your credit, either here on the videos or through the beyond the 609 dispute letters or whatever it might have been. Yes. So hard inquiries. Individuals have asked, hey, I got a hard inquiry. Maybe in the past when I didn't get approved for something, I had a business card that I wanted to get approved years ago, and it was a Chase card, and it wasn't approved. And I had a hard inquiry on there, and I didn't get it. I'm like, man, I'm going to get this off of there. Just like people go to car dealerships and get their credit run a bunch and can't get the car. What do? You can send your specific 604 letters. I actually had somebody email like, hey man, I'll get these 604 and it's specific because it's very specific. They have to have permissible purpose. They have to show that you applied for all this credit and wanted all this credit, and they have documentation of that and maintain that and can prove that. If they can't, under Section 604 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they are to delete this. Okay. Jay Norris, Mr. Jay Norris Griffin. Yes, I believe that's that. What do you think about Experian Boost? All right. Well, it's up to you. It's not credit repair. Obviously, it's not get disputing and getting these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there. Perhaps some individuals in the chat can also explain how they feel about it. But my feeling is you're giving the bureaus more information. They're looking at, I believe they're looking at your bank accounts and stuff like this and how you spend and your rent and all this. I personally don't think all that's necessary. We've been helping people get to the other side, boost their credit, build their credit, and, without having to utilize that kind of stuff. You can dispute this stuff, get it out of there, and boost your score. The hard and you don't want to necessarily be dependent on this type of boost stuff, right? You have to stay there and stay with them forever. You're trying to get up off of there and get your own stuff without necessarily having to go through a third party like a bureau, right? So that's where we are. Some people might have some information on it. I know people in the past have said, nah, not really that solid. If you're looking for boost to boost your score, and you want to go through, utilize a third party, there's other third parties out there. Rental Karma, Self.Inc. These types of companies will help you get your credits, get your rental history on there. Rental Karma will help you get your rental history on there. We will not have to deal with a bureau. Put this in the chat. Self.Inc. will help you build and you send the hard inquiry letters and the 609 dispute letters at the same time, okay, to the bureaus, okay? Yes, it is possible because you're disputing the negative, adverse, unverified collections and charges of bank, everything else. And the hard inquiry letters go specifically to hard inquiries. So they are disputed at the same time because they're separate disputes. Hard inquiries and everything else, right? All the negative, unverified collections, charge-offs, repossessions, whatever it is, accounts. So yes, you can send them at the same time. Individual says here, Astis, I believe, sorry if I pronounced this wrong. As is 2884. I heard the boost ends up biting you in the end, even if it helps at first. Okay, right. And that's how I feel, because it's like they get you in the system and then they're going to control and potentially manipulate however they want to try and get over and potentially keep you in their system and whatever, all beholden to us, right? And that's the thing. You're like, oh, well, it's a free service. No. You become the product. They want to be able to manipulate it to get you into their customers. Again, we're the consumers. Their customers are the banks and the financial institutions, the card holders, the card issuers, and all that stuff. Okay. Davey, all right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. He says, hey, Tribe, always remember, always building. It's like a marathon, right? Always building. Dave E is up in the 800s now. Okay. So he's been doing this a little while. He's saying, hey, you get a lot of times you get this initial success and you can keep building. For me too. I had that initial success. I was in the 700s and in the 800s. Then I put my credit to work, came down in the 700s. I was like, all right, it's going to be okay. It was recovered up in the high 800s now again. So same thing with Dave E. Hey, now I'm in the 800s. Thank you to Brandon. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for coming back. Very supportive. Dave E says, congrats, Gabriel. Let's see what Gabriel has. Gabriel says, hey, Brandon, I can't thank you enough. I've been out of touch for a little while. No worries. Sounds good. You started with your package and now have a 770 credit score, strong credit, but strong, and now I have credit limits over $104,000. All my goals reached. That's fantastic, Gabriel. This individual, 770 credit score, almost that 777 credit score again, right? And $104,000 in all available credit. $104,000 in all available credit. And you say, oh yeah, that's a lot of credit. Who's going to use it? Right. You don't want to use all of that. But if you want to use a little bit, you can keep your utilization down. This individual can use their credit. Gabriel can use his credit every, month and pay for expenses, maybe even rent. I know sometimes people can pay their rent on their card, especially during these times. Fees were being waived. I don't know for you specifically, but sometimes people can, and they can use that available credit. And they only wind up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% because they have all this available credit. It's good to see, and once you have good credit, more companies want to give you more credit and want to lend to you and that kind of stuff. So this is how this upward spiral hits. Okay. Jay Norris, Mr. Griffin was like, right. When I saw this, it made me laugh. They're doing this. Okay. What's the difference between the 609 letters and the 604 letters, or the 611 letters, or the 1681 letters, right? What's the difference? So those are specific acts of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. We even have letters that quote specific parts of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. The very specific acts that are utilized in very specific situations, and oftentimes the 604 letters are utilized in addition to the 609 letters. So 609 letters are typically your primary dispute letters to the bureaus. The 604 letters are designed for hard inquiries, for hard inquiry disputes. Okay. That's right. Davey is saying, hey, Boost is giving away your information that they use to sell to other bureaus and companies. Remember, your information is their currency. All right. This is fantastic. Very nice. Gabriel, thank you again for letting us know about your success. You could be next, okay? Gabriel had a 770 credit score. He was able to get 104,000 or the primary trade lines, different credit cards in his name, different lines of credit. Okay, reached all his goals. You could be next. 609creditrepair.com. All right. You can get that Beyond Committed package, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I'm going to put my email address in here again. Okay. I, got to talking, missed any questions during the shift of the technical difficulties and all that. I want to make sure that, you can email me if you have any questions. So please feel free. Thank you so much. I'm going to, want you to go enjoy your weekend. Please enjoy. I will be here with the team answering emails, helping people get to the other side. So if you want to as well, please feel free to email me over this weekend. Please hit that subscribe, try button, that bell for notifications for when I go live. Please give the video a thumbs up. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.